June 2024 releases are locked and loaded. Let's talk about them. Normally I'm posting these release guides before the first of every month. Did my research on this month. Wasn't really a lot happening first week, so I decided to post it now. If you like these release guides, you want to stay up to date with the new releases, make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on so that you don't miss any sneaker related news. I get questions all the time in my DMs. Where do you get your shoes? How do I know what to buy? This is it right here. These release guides are the #1 resource for you guys, so make sure you stay up to date with them. This is for you guys. I don't have any benefit from this. I already know what's coming out. I already know what I'm copping. These are releases that I see could have potential value for resellers. So if you're looking to get into that hype market, this is for you. June 7th, we've got the Kobe 4 Pro Tro Girl Dad. I talked about these a little bit during my May release guide. They're finally here. The entire upper is that Eagles green that we saw Kobe wearing courtside with Gigi. The accents on these are crazy. We got the chrome across the back heel. I'm honestly kind of curious how that's going to hold up. We've seen with Nikes in the past that chrome likes to flake off, so I wonder what they used for these. And one of the coolest parts of this shoe, on the inside of the tongue, you're going to see Girl Dad stitched. It pops, it makes it personal. I know a lot of girl dads are going to want to cop these. With a retail tag at $190, to be honest with you, I've looked at the resale apps and there's not a ton of meat on the bone, but I really do think a lot of people are going to cop these for personal. So keep these on your radar, watch the resale apps, check the market, and make your decision on your own. Now, this next release, June 13th, I don't know a whole lot about. I just started researching these. We've got the RTKFT Dunk Low Voids. These things are wild. This collabs with a company that revolves around like textile and NFTs, stuff like that. They're in the design world, but mostly digitally. These debuted first in 2022 as an NFT. Now we're getting them in real life as a public release. They're super chunky. They've got removable modular pieces on them. They look futuristic. They look techie. I have seen rumors that they're going to be super limited. That right there is going to tell us whether these are going to be super valuable or not. The rumors of the stock levels have been absolutely crazy. We'll see what happens whenever they actually release. Maybe the week of, we'll have some more insight on Discords, other groups, maybe Twitter saying, you know, how many pairs of these are actually going to release. With a retail tag at $222, yes, that is a little steep, but they might be really profitable if they are super limited like we think they may be. June 20th, we've got the Nina Chanel Abney Retro 3 this time. They're calling these the Biocoastals. Now I want to talk about these because the 2s did terribly. You remember we had a high top and a low top version from this designer, and they plummeted. Like, both of these pairs are reselling for less than $100, not even worth copying at all whatsoever. For retail even. I mean, you can get them on resale apps at a major discount. Now I'm worried that these might do the same thing. So I wanted to mention these solely because they're one of those like beware type of releases. I do think that they did the 3s way better than they did the 2s. They're really unique. It's going to come down to supply and demand. Some of the features on these shoes are really cool. Now with the 2s, they were really plain. They were bland. There was nothing cool going on about them. Super simplistic. And 2s really aren't a sought after retro. Now we've seen a lot of the same style retros releasing each year in tons of colorways, so that might crush the value of these. They are retailing for $225, which is again a little steep. They should be down at the $210 mark. This is yet another release that you really need to pay close attention to the resale apps closer to release day and make that decision as to whether or not you're going to cop these. On June 22nd, we've got a women's size run of the Retro 11 Low Legend Pink. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be disappointed if these don't do numbers. This is one of the first times that we've seen 11 lows in pink, you know, since the snakeskins. They're the same hue as the Legend Blue 11s. Now I know those were a white patent, these are a pink patent, but these are perfect for the ladies. Like, these should 100% sell out. If they don't, I don't know what's going on. The only thing that stinks about these is the retail tag, $190 for a women's 11 low. 11 lows are automatically supposed to be cheaper. Women's automatically supposed to be cheaper. This should be one of those bargain releases where you can cop them for like, I don't know, 160, 170, and they're doing mid 2s all day long. Now, if they're doing mid 2s, you know, you only have like a little bit of lunch money to work with. I really hope these don't brick. I know the margins aren't great to begin with. Definitely keep an eye on the resale market. Again, closer to release day. That way we have a better idea of what the market's going to do after these drop. As you guys have noticed, whenever these new releases come out, you know, right before, the price typically seems to be higher than it does whenever the shoes actually come out. People with paper hands decide to list those right away, undercut prices, and it drives the price all the way down. It's a terrible thing. It really is. Now, sometimes we see the opposite. Maybe there weren't as many pairs. They were harder to cop. And after the release, immediately after the release, we see the price go up. Now we do have another release on June 22nd, or at least it is set for June 22nd as of now. The Retro One 85 High Metallic Burgundies. We haven't seen metallic packs since like 2016, 2017. Now the problem is the Retro Ones have been super saturated. We've seen tons of colorways of ones released this year and last. It's awesome for collectors. I mean, you guys know that Retro Ones are my favorite, but the thing that stinks is like you don't have that safety net in the back of your mind where like if you cop the pair and you don't like them, you can get your money back out of them or more. Now it's like if you cop them, you're probably gonna lose $100 off the rip, if not more, because you're gonna put them to the toe. I want to say if these are limited, they're gonna have some value. We haven't seen that in a while with a pair of ones. It seems to be a trend this month, and it continues with this pair that the retail tag is high. $200 for a pair of ones. Ones should never even be. I guess I'm living back in like the days that I started, and for some of you older sneakerheads, the prices have been even lower than whenever I started, but whenever OG One highs were $140, I mean, that was where they needed to be. And now it's like a lot of these retros, they throw some sort of specialty on them, or like a collab, or some, you know, like remastered, or in this case, the 85, so that it just justifies a higher price tag. I don't get it. We're not really getting any better materials or any better craftsmanship. The quality control is the same, so why not give us the same price tag? I really hope that $200 is not going to be the standard for ones, whether that be later this year or next. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Now, there were some other releases that I didn't mention. We've got like the red pair of 13s. We've got the reverse Oreo 6s, which are actually really dope. We haven't seen the Oreo 6s in quite some time now. It's just sad. They're all going to brick. I don't know what to tell you. They're all going to brick. The Quay, the Kai, the K, the whatever 54s. I've looked up the pronunciation, heard a million people say it different ways, so I called them the Quays. Some of these special event shoes, no matter if they're retros or not, they've held value great. And the last pair of 3s even did really well. The black pair with the color block on the midsole. But this one's just like plain and dull, and they kind of blend in with the rest of them. There's nothing that really makes them stand out amongst the entire collection. I don't think they're going to do very well. So there may not be a ton of profit to be had during the month of June. If you guys watch my next video, you're going to see that there is a ton of potential to make money in shoes different ways. I told you guys at the beginning of the video that I've had tons of questions on where to get shoes, how to buy to resell. This next video that I'm going to post is exactly that. It's a sourcing trip. It's got tons of different angles on how to make money, whether that be sneakers or other items. So make sure you check that one out. If you guys have any questions, drop those in the comments below, or hit me up on IG. The handle is the same, at AllABSneakers. I appreciate you guys for watching, and as always, do not forget, this is all about sneakers.